Hey, who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
No, keep your paper.
I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
Show me your wares.
Take your pick.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I don't understand.
What? Don't mess with me, boy. I want to know where you stand. So who are you for?
I'm for the peasants.
Ha! That damned warmonger NotR will drag us all into the grave. What do you think? How long will the paladins just stand by? After what NotR has done, the whole city is in an uproar.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinthus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. NotR was the first of them.
Tell me more about this NotR.
NotR is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that NotR hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and NotR sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. That's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I need some sensible clothes.
I can give you clean farmer's work clothes. Can you pay for them then? Well, you could work off a part of the price if you're someone who is looking for work.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. 70 gold pieces.
Well, that's still too expensive.
Well, suit yourself.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farm hand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there are certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
Well, I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
Make me a better price for the togs.
Good. I'll give them to you for 10 gold pieces less.
Have you got anything else for me to do?
I don't, but you can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
Hey, you! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
Here's your frying pan.
Fine, let's see then whether it's any good.
Can you give me something to eat?
Here, take this. You're a good lad.
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict, and we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
Thank Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I need better equipment.
I can imagine. But I tell you right now, we don't have anything to give away. If you can pay for what you want, Lobart will sell you something. Otherwise, go to him and ask him if he has work for you.
Where can I find Lobart?
Well, on the farm, of course. The farm belongs to him. And don't try messing with him. He's thrashed a lot of tramps and thrown them off his farm.
There's another of those scummy beasts. Well done! One dirty beast less.
There's another of those scummy... One less monster around.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got it from, huh? Who cares? Well, thanks anyway. Lobart will only hear the best about you.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can tell me about the city?
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows something. I mean, something that would interest you.
Is there any interesting news?
I could have sworn I saw an orc over there on the edge of the woods 2 days ago. Since then, I've kept at least one eye open at night.
How much for the work clothes?
Well, we'll see. You've worked the field for me. You helped my wife. Vino says you were real help to him. And that's saying something. He doesn't usually hold with day laborers. Maleth said you chased the bandits off. The bastards have caused us a lot of trouble. Thanks to you, we're rid of them. 30 gold pieces. It's not gonna get any cheaper.
Give me the work clothes then.
There's a chest in my house where you'll find clean things. But don't even think about taking anything else without asking.
Nothing to be had there. Hey!
Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy too. Listen, You look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts, and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct, and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
decision, wasn't it? It's really not really that.
Tell me that isn't true.
Just listen to him talk.
Is it really true? That was... really have known better.
That's all just gossip.
You can't rely on that.
That's no secret.
It's not what I heard.
Halt!
What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the
never
way
would've
you
thought
do,
of that
you're
himself.
sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. And we got enough rabble in the city.
So worked up.
We have no use for people without
I'm
money.
not telling you anything new.
Halt, stranger. I didn't see you come through this gate.
And?
Will
And
it
the
ever
guards on
change?
the other gate have orders not to let any unknown persons into the city.
Well,
I shall have to have a
was
word
obvious
with
all
those
along.
two. But now for us two. I am Lothar, Paladin of the King and humble
Is
servant
it really true?
of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to
was
all
obvious all
newcomers the
along.
new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone
I'm
needs
not
to
telling
watch
you
out that
anything
they don't
new.
suffer the same fate.
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable
obvious
Lord
all
Hagen is not receiving anyone. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
Listen, the city is threatened by dragons.
That can't be
Nobody will
true.
learn anything
Another
from me.
lunatic. We have enough unrest in the city as it is. And without some dimwit scaring people with
That was
fairy
obvious
tales
all
about
along.
dragons. I immediately locked up the last person who was here telling dragon tales and sent him to the Valley of Mines with
agree
the
with you
prison
completely.
transport. So mind your tongue. We can't use anyone here who spreads panic among the people.
Do you really believe
Somebody already reported the dragons here?
Yes, the fellow's name was Diego. I think so, in any
There's
case.
nothing you can do
I
about it.
warned him just like you. But the lunatic just wouldn't stop getting on my nerves.
that? It's really not my
I have come to get the Eye of Innos.
The Sacred Eye of Innos. How do you know about that? You're not a member of the Order.
A magician told me about it.
I don't know what his motives were when he entrusted one of the secrets of our Order to you.
It's not
But he
what I
certainly didn't mean for you to get your fingers on it.
But
I don't want to hear any more about it. First you start with fairy tales
not
about
telling you anything
dragons,
new.
and then this. Incredible.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be
really
more
not
every
my
day.
problem.
It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's
Don't tell me you
inhabitants are
didn't know
very
that.
wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town, understood?
all right, explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the
Listen
upper
to the
quarter,
wrong people.
along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens.
I agree
Second,
with you completely.
the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the Paladins. Only the Paladins themselves and members of the militia
No,
have
he
access to
insisted
it.
he knew better.
And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia.
It's really not
Any
my problem.
questions?
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
That doesn't
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you,
Nothing surprises
you
me.
are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in
Might
Corinth.
have gone about
If
it
you were
differently.
thinking about looking for work in the Harbor District, forget it. The scum of the city live there.
You
Don't
listen to the
even
wrong
go
people.
there. You would regret it.
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Say, are you listening to me
Don't
at
tell me you
all?
didn't know that.
You're not a citizen of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
What do I have to do to get armor like yours?
What? You aren't even a member of the militia. You're not even a citizen. How can you even think of being allowed to wear the armor of a paladin? Only a few militia soldiers, those who have performed extraordinary deeds, have been granted that honor so far. If you want to be a paladin, you have a long road ahead of you, my boy.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Where can I find the commander of the city guard?
Lord Andre can be found in the barracks at the other end of the city.
Where did you pick
Where
that
can I
up?
spend the night here?
If you're looking for a place to sleep, go to the hotel directly across from the barracks. The paladins pay for the lodging of all travelers who come to the city. The traveling traders from the marketplace are also lodged there.
I've got to go.
Really didn't deserve that.
If I hear one more time that you are telling people here about dragons, you will be in big trouble. Do I make myself clear?
You listen to the wrong people.
He didn't get that from me.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
He'd better shut up.
Really? How interesting.
Really, how interesting.
That's terrible. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Never do that.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here? Did you swim here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
Hey, Larish, you old scoundrel, how did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
I'd have gone about it differently.
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of NotR, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and NotR feeds them in return.
Is it really true?
I must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos. I must have it.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for the militia.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs, but I think there's another reason. It probably has something to do with the old penal colony.
If I hadn't seen it with my
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
How do I find the landowner's farm?
That's not
It's
where my
quite
husband-
simple. You leave the seaport by the east gate and then follow the path towards the east. I can take you there if you want.
That's not what I heard.
Hardly know who to believe these days.
Go away.
Tell me more about the mercenaries.
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. Most of them are ruffians, and if you can't stand up to them, you won't get far. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining them.
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without us.
What ship were you talking about?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here. But that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that. If you meet him, he's got plans.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you like.
I agree with you completely.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Someone's gonna do that. And it's gonna get even worse.
That's what I've always said.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I'm not touching that.
It's not what I heard.
Why can't anyone enter the storeroom?
The Honorable Lord Hagen has confiscated the goods for the King's army.
He never would have thought of that himself.
But he knew that all along.
No, he insisted he knew better.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?